see what is going on, and there it is.
It is Road Heath's Andrew Ripley who is on pole on the Honda from Matthew Rostron. We've got out in the sidecars as well. He's on a Yamaha. He's from Southport. Then Sam Norton rounding out the front row on a Kawasaki from here in Castletown. On the second row, it is Adam Randalls on the Yamaha, then Adam Williams on a Suzuki, and Matthew Corkle on a Honda, and all Manx second row. Then on row 3, Colin Croft, who's been around for so long on the Croft Electrical Suzuki. Then our French visitor, newcomer, Loïc Serrault on the Kawasaki, and Craig Chapek, who's been going well earlier in the week on the Kawasaki. On row 4, Kevin Adams, Rob Mitchell-Hill and Emmett Burke, and there are still more rows to come behind that as well. Row 5 is Brian Clark, Neil Connell and Matthew Sale, and on the final row, Ian Solu, Ben Wilkinson and Craig Kennelly.
Is Matthew Sale Dan Sale's brother?
Ooh, not sure. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But we'll just keep an eye on him as he goes out around here as well. So the guys then making their way around this formation lap, already up through Church Bends, and then they'll get themselves down to the start line. There is a lap record for this particular race, which is held by Dennis Boo from 2019, a 2:29.9. He set a race record of 15 minutes 13, so we'll keep an eye on those. 2019, we've obviously already seen Dennis Booth out there in the B600 race this morning and on the podium, so he sets a fair pace, so we'll see whether these guys can get towards that as they come and make their way down into Stadium and Castletown Corner to set up the grid for the start of this 6-lap race, the GH Corlett Trophies Solo Founders Race. And great that GH Corlett's are still involved. They've been involved with this event for so many years, both the timekeeping side and the trophy side. Lots going on. So these sponsors staying very much in place, and very much the 700 Club appreciate all of them being on board for this meeting as we get gorgeous conditions, just stunning conditions down here at Castletown for this 700. Last night we were blessed. The opening night, the racing was actually lost due to a shower that came across on Tuesday night, just as the riders were on the grid for the opening race. And then the Super Twin race they were going to run, that didn't happen either because there was another shower came through. So we lost racing on Tuesday night. We more than made up for it last night. We had 5 races last night, and we are well away today as we wait for the front row guys just to make their way through. Revs will soon rise. It looks like we're waiting for the green flag. There is the green flag, so we're going to get away for a start very, very shortly here. We'll wait for the revs to rise.
Yep. There we go. We're off. Bit of a jump start there from someone. The jump start, wheelie start from the second one there.
It looks like it's maybe Matthew Corkle, 86, who'd made a really good start. He's been swamped now by others as they come down at the bypass. Let's see who's first into Ballock. Yellow flag obviously being waved, and that will affect. Looking then for the riders out on the opening lap of this GH Corlett Solo Founders Race, just looking to pick up the leaders where we can as they will be coming through Ballowetstone. Over the top of the crest.
There's a 61, that's Adam Williams in second place there.
Gaggle of them coming through, including Matthew Corkle in amongst that gaggle, coming over the top of the crest on down into Ballown Dip as we look to pick up the race leaders. 61, there is Adam Williams. He's not the race leader, I don't think. I think there are people up the road ahead of him. As they head up towards Church Bends on this opening lap. Leader's got himself a little bit of a break out at the front here.
A big break, really, isn't it? He's got quite an advantage there.
Bike 40 there coming through is Emmett Burke, who's in London. And then the rest of them streaming on through Great Meadow. Oh, came across one of the riders there, but all okay as they go down through Great Meadow, and we'll pick them up into Castletown Corner. Stadium, here they are through Stadium. And that is Matthew Corker, we're picking up there, 86 I think coming through, and then 82 going for a bit of a move, that's Kevin Adams.
Sispek leads it.
It's Craig Shapak then, the newcomer, yeah, who's out front. That's why we couldn't pick up the number. He's come from, well, row 3, back end of row 3 for Craig Shapak then. He leads the way from Adam Williams. It is a newcomer 1-2. Then Emmett Burke is in 3rd place. Matthew Corkill in 4th. Then Craig Kennelly in 5th. Kevin Adams in 6th. Then Neil Connell as well. Lots of newcomers in this top 7 or 8. Sam Norton rounding out the top 8 as we head out into Ballachagan for the 2nd time. 6-lap race.
Yeah, 2 newcomers out in front there.
These riders making their way out. That was Emmett Burke, I think, going through. And then the rest of them. So it is Shapak on bike 88 leading the way from Williams on 61 rather than Emmett Burke on bike 40. As they make their way up to Ballabeg hairpin. There is Emmett Burke, who's in 3rd. A big overshoot for him. That's going to let others have an opportunity to close in, including Craig Kennelly there. And Matthew Corkill. So Kennelly's got past Corkill in the battle for 4th and 5th. So it is Kennelly up from 5th to 4th as others make their way through. Andrew Castle there on bike 47 coming up through Ballabeg. Onto the back part of the course, out through Williams and then down into Ballown Dip and out towards Cross Four Ways as we pick up Emmett Burke. And then this gaggle behind, which is Kennelly, Corkill and Adams. Craig Kennelly, Matthew Corkill and Kevin Adams in behind on the 2nd lap of 6 in this GH Caller Solo Founders race.
Yes, certainly the front row didn't get away at all well, did they?
No, they didn't, did they? No. We've got a right mix-up going on here. 82 there, Kevin Adams. That was that Kennelly, Adams and Corkill battle making their way through Cross Four Ways. Up at the front, we think we've still got Craig Shapak. He was 3.3 seconds before he'd opened out a big advantage. It was 3.3 seconds on just the opening lap for Shapak. Then Adam Williams in 2nd, and he was 4 seconds ahead of Emmett Burke, so quite spaced out on this opening lap. And they're nearing the end of the next lap 2 now, when we'll get an update on the times and see just where the leaders are.
Oh, all over the place here.
That is Kennelly, Adams, Connell and Norton all having this battle in the lower part of the top 6. Shapak is over the line. He's done a 2:37.8 that time around to extend his lead to 4.8 seconds over Adam Williams. So Craig Shapak on the Oxman Carpentry Kawasaki out front as we head out onto lap 3.
That tumble on turn 1 certainly split the grid up.
The rest of them do come into Ballachagan now. Heading out onto the 3rd lap. So it's Shapak from Williams, from Emmett Burke, as you see on your screen there. Then Kennelly in 4th, and then Kevin Adams in 5th. Matthew Corkill is in 6th, then Sam Norton 7th, Neil Connell in 8th. Rob Mitchell-Hill is in 9th, rounding out the top 10, Ian Soleil. As they come through at the end of, or out onto 3rd lap rather, of 6. Burke continuing to hold on to 3rd ahead of this scrap, where it is still Kennelly holding on to 4th, just ahead of Adams in 5th on bike 82. Up at the front, Shapak is away out on his own here, isn't he? Enjoying his own little race.
Yeah, got a lovely little gap there. What was it last time around? 4.8 seconds. I think it's even gone out in further now.
Nice little ride on a summer's day for him.
Yes, just the job.
Just got to keep it all composed and together. on that Kawasaki.
He'll be wondering where everyone's gone.
Yeah. Adam Williams there away off up the hill through Cross Four Ways towards Church in second place. And for these guys, a podium would be a real thing at the Southern 100. So even though he's 5 seconds off the lead here, he's in that second spot, and that would be a great result for him. Emmett Burke holding on to third, especially since it's two newcomers, 1-2. Then Emmett Burke, as we say, in third. We should get him coming through shortly, and then behind that will be this battle between Kennelly, Adams, Corkle and Norton as our race leader arrives into Cattletown Corner to just about reach half race distance here. 3 of 6 about to be completed.
Yeah, and I think that gap has gone out. It was 4.8, but I believe that's going to be slightly more when they come over the line now. They're a long, long way back.
So his head down. His fastest lap of the race, a 2:35.2. That Dennis Booth lap record is a 2:29.9, so we're some way off that. But these are newcomers on the Southern 100 course up at the head of affairs, so it's impressive.
9 seconds now.
Blimey, he really has pushed that out. He's doubled his advantage out on that third lap. He's done a 2:35.2. What was the last lap for Williams? A 2:39.5. So that's where that 4+ seconds has come. Over the line, in third place, still Emmett Burke. In fourth, and heading that little battle that's going on for fourth, fifth and sixth. Kennelly, then Adams, then Norton in fourth, fifth and sixth.
Yeah, 9 seconds advantage. That's just over half race distance. That's some margin.
Kennelly has come right from the back of the grid here, sixth row, to get himself up into that fourth spot on the IHV Honda Hornchurch rider. So this is an impressive ride by Kennelly as well, another of the newcomers. And then Adams, who is in behind him, he came from row 4 on the Kawasaki. So Shapek then, as you see on your screen, 9.1 seconds over Williams, and then it's another 23 seconds back to Emmett Burke, and then Kennelly and Adams behind that. They're still having their nice little duel for the bottom end of this top 6, this 4th, 5th, 6th, which, if something happens up ahead, could yet become a battle for a podium spot. You never just know with this racing. We are only just into the second half of this race. Great sights and sounds as they go through Ballawetstone and then head out over the rise at Williams and out into the Blount Dip.
That was your third place man, went through number 40, Emmett Burke.
There is the stream behind. What can they do about each other? There's 4 of them there. A little bit of a break in the middle, 2 and then 2. But there's 5 of them actually together, essentially. Kennelly, Adams, Norton, Connell and Corkle all having this little duel. 2.5 laps still to go to sort themselves out, but Shapek is away and clear up front and doing his own thing.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got a pit bull, but someone needs to tell him just to calm it down a little bit, keep that bike running sweetly, short shift it, don't rev it too hard. When you've got that kind of an advantage, you can back the pace down a little bit. Number 40 goes through again, Emmett Burke.
And then we see this battle in behind from 82 onwards. 82 is Kevin Adams, 29 is Sam Norton, 98 is Nigel Connell, and 86 Matthew Corkle. As quick as that, all through and on the run down into stadium on this next lap.
Downshifting all the way back down to bottom gear.
It's Kennelly in third, followed by this Adams Norton Connell battle. They're out on 2. The penultimate lap, 4 laps done, and that was the fastest lap of the race for Craig Shapek to extend this advantage still further. 2:33.5 on that lap. Adam Williams is away through in second place as well.
17 seconds advance.
Wow.
He'll be lapping shortly.
In 4 laps, yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? 4 laps, 4 seconds a lap quicker, effectively, than everybody else in this race. Shapek, of course, has got experience of the mountain course as well. Fair amount of experience he's bringing here to the Southern 100 and into this consolation race event, the Solo Founders Race.
I think that possibly indicates he maybe had some technical issues not to qualify. We spoke about it at the beginning. It wasn't just if you weren't lapping that fast, it was also if you had some technical issues. And like you rightly say, the fact that he's 7-8 seconds faster than anyone else out there.
It might
a lap.
Yeah, as you say, it's just he would have expected potentially to be in at least the B race, if not maybe the A race. Just depends how his week has gone, but he's going to get himself a race And if he keeps going at this pace, he's going to get himself a race win, that's for sure. Emmett Burke coming through there with Kennelly, then Connell, then Adams, then Norton. These positions have settled down a little bit. 17 seconds for Shepek over Williams, and then Emmett Burke is another 15 or so seconds back on Williams. Then Kennelly behind that. Then with Neil Connell, they're separated by a couple of seconds each at the bottom end of the top 5. There is Burke in 3rd place. Followed them by these 3. They're just gapping a little bit. The gaps are going out a little bit in this 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. As the rest of the top 8 or so head through. Let's go a little bit further down. Actually, in 7th place is Sam Norton. In 8th is Matthew Corkle. In 9th, Rob Mitchell-Hill. In 10th, Brian Clark. In 11th, Ian Soleil. 12th for Andrew Castle. 13th for Matthew Sale. And 14th for Ben Wilkinson at the end of lap 4.
Race leader coming up to start his last lap out of that tight Castletown corner on the A5, the main coast road. Last lap flag is out as he goes over the line, and it was 17 seconds last time around. Let's have a look what the gap is now. I imagine it's gone out even further.
I think he may have got the message. Not as quick as the previous lap that time. The last lap of 2:33.8 against a 2:33.5 on lap 4. So only 3/10 of a second slower. So no real difference. But the damage is done. Shepek has 17 plus seconds in hand over Williams. And well away.
25 now. 25 seconds advantage.
Absolutely cruise round.
Everyone waving to him. Nice to see the crowd giving him a wave on the last lap with this advantage.
From Buckingham is Shepek, that's where he's based, on the Oxman Carpentry Kawasaki. So he's going to guide potentially to a victory here, so great for that team to get themselves hopefully a win if he makes it round this final lap. And he's got no work to do whatsoever. He can just take his time, enjoy himself as he heads out through Ballabeg and on to the run out through Whetstone and then Williams and then on through there. We look back, we know it's going to be 20 plus seconds before we see anybody else come in as we pick up the race leader through Whetstone. Bike sounding quite...
Sounds sweet enough to me. Short shifting, as I said, just treat it with respect. Oh, nice little wheelie there as well. He's having a lot of fun today. I wonder where everyone else has gone, though.
He will. He
hasn't seen anyone, has he?
And I don't think he's caught anybody either. So all of this field, 6 lines of the grid that we had, 18 or so riders out there. So they are all keeping a fairly good pace by the looks of it because he hasn't caught anybody in these 6 laps. He's away through Cross Fourways then, just the run up to Church, down through Great Meadow and on from there. And he'll be very, very close to securing victory at the Southern 100 of 2025. Out through Church he goes. Then we'll pick him up down through Great Meadow. Here comes our race leader, Shepek.
Still using up all the road. He hasn't backed it off that much.
Behind him, we've still got Williams in 2nd, Burke in 3rd, and then Kennelly, Connell and Adams having that scrap for 4th, 5th and 6th. But it's 25 plus seconds before we'll see another rider here once the leader has come down. So he's through Stadium and on into Castletown Corner. He's getting the applause off the crowd, and rightly so.
That's
He's about to get the checkered flag on the Oxman Carpentry Kawasaki.
Checkered flag for him.
Race winner, Craig Shepek. Fantastic from Buckingham. 2nd place, we expect to be Williams.
There he is. Here's our 2nd place runner.
750.
It also sounds very sweet as it heads up towards checkered flag.
So newcomers at 1st and 2nd. Then Emmett Burke we expect to come across the line for 3rd on another Suzuki. Checkered flag is out for this gag. Oh, there's just a bit of a race on for these final spots. It is Kennelly, in fact, who gets 3rd. Kennelly grabs 3rd over the line, coming from last place on the grid on the IHV Honda. Kennelly gets himself and makes it an all-newcomer podium. Kevin Adams finishes in 4th. Neil Connell in 5th. Emmett Burke dropped right the way down from 3rd to 6th on that final lap.
Yeah, I think he had a problem maybe. His lap times dropped immensely. Anyway, so Craig Shepek was the man. And I think he was probably in the wrong race, but there you go. That's what he got put into.
33.4 second advantage. I think we're ready with some race highlights.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to be. But here we go. And it was off the line. There was a bit of a mix-up on turn 1, but it was number 40 there that just didn't quite make the corner, Emmett Burke. But it really was Craig Chapek that was the man that just took the lead and just stretched it out. Bit lap by lap, he was charging away, ended up with a 33 second advantage, riding very, very smoothly. I don't know what sort of problems he would have had in practice, but he had something, and I suspect it was mechanical not to have made the A or the B race, but it was a win, and he took it nicely, powering out of there, a few little wheelers as he powered it up towards the line, and that was it, in the bag for him. As I said, 33 seconds ahead of anyone else. I think second place man probably thought he won it.
He had time to pop down to the beach and go and get himself an ice cream.
Yeah, he would have done.
Superb stuff. So, looking at the result then, as Steve says, 33.4 seconds Craig Chapek wins by on the Manaflorin Kawasaki from Adam Williams on the Suzuki. Craig Kennelly grabbing third right at the end of that race on the IHV Honda from Kevin Adams on the Kawasaki. Fifth for Neil Connell on the Suzuki. Sixth for Emmett Burke on another Suzuki. Then Sam Norton, Matthew Corkill, Rob Mitchell-Hill and Brian Clark rounding out the top 10. So Chapek just dominated there